Today, I'm on the hunt to find the best kids meal in Magic Kingdom. We'll be trying 10 different kids meals throughout the park, and I'll let you know which ones might be worth checking out. Anyone can order kids meals at quick service restaurants around Disney World. And as an adult, ordering kids meals is honestly the best way to do Disney on a budget and save some extra room in your stomach for more snacks. These kids meals are typically plenty of food for an adult, as they come with the entree, 2 sides, and a drink, and usually cost less than $10. Not only that, but most of the time, they're just a bit smaller than the adult portion. So whether you have kids and want to see what options are around the park, or you want to save some extra cash, this video is for you. Here in Magic Kingdom, there are actually only 4 quick service restaurants that serve kids meals. We're gonna hit all 4, starting with Columbia Harbour House. Now, as you probably know, Magic Kingdom doesn't have the best quick service restaurants. You're gonna find a lot of chicken tenders, a lot of burgers, a lot of really basic stuff, even for like adult meals. So I always love coming to Columbia Harbour House because this is where you're gonna find some of the different, more unique foods for the Magic Kingdom. And as you may know, at Columbia Harbour House, they're serving up mainly seafood and some different fried foods. So we're gonna have some seafood kids meals. Kids meal options for Columbia Harbour House include a turkey sandwich kids pack. They also have a grilled shrimp skewer, grilled salmon, as well as chicken strips. And of course, with all of these meals, you get to choose 2 sides. The side options are rice, green beans, or fries. And then you also get to choose a drink, either a soft drink, a bottle of water, some apple juice, or milk. So I decided to get the kids meals that you can't really get anywhere else in the park, the salmon and the grilled shrimp. Now, when I did look online, it also mentioned that they had a fried shrimp kids meal option, which I was actually really excited to try because I do enjoy the fried shrimp here at Columbia Harbour House. But when I got here, I noticed that it wasn't actually on the menu, so it might have just been a mistake that's like you could still see on the website. We're gonna start with my go-to kids meal here at Columbia Harbour House, the grilled salmon. I got this with white rice, green beans, and a Diet Coke, and all this food you see here cost me $8.59. Now, this grilled salmon does look to be very plain and basic, which is what you kind of expect from a kids meal. It does look like there's plenty of salt and pepper on there though, so I'm impressed by the amount of pepper, honestly. But on the adult menu, they actually have a maple mustard glazed salmon dish that I really like. I wish they could do that in a kids meal, but I understand why not, because it's not necessarily a kid-friendly dish, although I assume some kids may enjoy that. Let's dig into this salmon here. A little hard, maybe a little overcooked. Try and get a piece. Has a nice crust on the bottom though. I think what I'm so surprised by with this salmon here is how flavorful it is. Now, like I expected, it is only salt and pepper, but the salt and pepper flavor has really penetrated the salmon. It does almost taste like a little buttery as well. I don't know if they used a little butter when they maybe baked it or whatever it may be, but this is quite delicious salmon, I must admit. As for the white rice, I actually always enjoy the white rice here too. It's a little bit sticky, but for being basic white rice, I always feel like it also has a good amount of flavor. And it does today. Now, the green beans are going to be more basic. But overall, this here is a meal that I really enjoy. Not only do I think it's really tasty, I think it's a really good healthy option in the park. There really aren't that many healthy options in the Magic Kingdom specifically. This is definitely one of them, and it's kind of basic, but I think it's really good. And for a kids meal, thumbs up. I don't think this is the best salmon kids meal that you could get at Disney World, because I do think they have a better one over at Sunshine Seasons in Epcot. I think that is one of the best kids meals in all of the parks, but for here in Magic Kingdom, it's a winner. And no one asked how many Diet Cokes I am going to consume today. The answer is a lot. But next up, our second Harbour House kids meal, the shrimp skewer. I got this one with white rice and french fries, as well as a Diet Coke for, again, $8.59. Now, I have to say, these grilled shrimp look very seasoned. I see maybe a little paprika, something red on there, something Old Bay, something's giving it a little bit of color, which I quite like. These shrimp aren't super tiny, but aren't super large. They're honestly bigger than I expected them to be, and we do have 3 of them. Also, I want to point out, they are deveined. I have gotten non-deveined shrimp from Columbia Harbour House before, and I was kind of disgusted at that, but these are deveined. Ah, there we go. We got our shrimp off the skewer, shrimp on the bobby. Let's try it out. Definitely a little Old Bay in there, and I like an Old Bay seasoned shrimp. They're not plain, like I said, good amount of seasoning on there. Now I feel like 3 shrimp might be a little bit too small. I feel like maybe 4 shrimp would have been a better portion. I guess for kids, 3 to 4 would be good. I wish there was one more for the price for almost $10. But they're seasoned well. They taste good. They're not overcooked, which is easy to do with grilled shrimp. Again, this is another healthier option here in the park. In the park full of fried food, you could get a grilled shrimp skewer with some rice, with some veggies if you want. I did get fries because my mom is going to actually eat the rest of this, and she does not like green beans. But you could make this a healthy meal, which is, like I said, I really appreciate that about Columbia Harbor House, and I'm glad that you could get some healthy kids meals here at this restaurant as well.
So I like that they're not just grilled, that they actually took the time to season them, because I would not have liked them if they were just plain grilled. So they do have a nice light Old Bay. They're good. They're a little tough. Like a lot of the meat is still in here. I have to try to pull that out. It didn't come out easy. But it's good. I mean, when I saw the portion, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, I think this kids meal might fill up a small child, probably not an adult. And a lot of the kids meals you could get around the parks can fill up an adult. So I don't think this is one of those. All right, after Harbor House, I figured we'd make our way through Frontierland to hit up Pecos Bill, and man, this park is like dead today. I feel like you could tell from this video that there is like no one here. It is crazy. I'm loving it. And while the wait times are short, we are here for the kids meals today, and Pecos Bill's is serving up some Mexican food, and please take the term Mexican food very lightly. Not too long ago, they did update the entire Pecos Bill's menu, and I definitely appreciate that. I used to say that Pecos Bill's was worse than Taco Bell, and I still love Taco Bell. I still think Taco Bell might be a little bit better, but Pecos Bill's has definitely stepped up the game. As far as kids meals go, we do have 4 different options. We have a chicken nacho bowl, a beef nacho bowl, a chicken rice bowl, and a cheeseburger. And believe it or not, Pecos Bill is actually the only restaurant in Magic Kingdom to get a kids cheeseburger meal at. I found that very shocking, to be honest. All 4 of the kids meals here, of course, come with 2 sides as well as a drink. And another thing that I found quite shocking is the amount of side options that you can choose from. You can choose from a Cuties Mandarin, apple slices, barbecue cheddar seasoned fries, non-seasoned fries, cilantro lime rice, or charros beans. And as an adult who likes to order kids meals at quick service restaurants around Disney World, I always really appreciate when different quick service restaurants have sides for their kids meals other than just like cuties or applesauce or French fries. So we've got a good mix of stuff here, and we're gonna get to try it all. Well, we have got all of our kids meals here, and honestly, some of these are looking pretty good. I'm excited to try some of these nachos. Now, a while back, when the parks reopened from COVID, they actually took the kids' nachos off of the menu at Pecos, and I was so upset because that used to be a go-to for me, and they brought them back recently when they changed the menu, and I'm so happy about that. The kids' nachos look great. The kids' chicken bowl looks great. The kids' cheeseburger in a bowl. I don't know so much about that, but we got all 4 kids meals here. We're gonna try them out. Starting with the kids chicken nacho bowl. I got this served with a side of cilantro lime rice and charros beans, as well as a Diet Coke, all for $8.79. Now the charros beans are almost like a stewed pinto bean, and they look quite delicious, as does this cilantro lime rice. Now they are in little, very tiny serving size cups. This is kind of like what you get a side of ketchup in or something, but I do appreciate that they have these as a side option. I think these are gonna be really good paired with the nachos. I'm not gonna do it on this one because I know my mom wants some chicken nachos and she doesn't like beans or rice, weirdly, but I'm gonna pour the rice and the beans on the beef nachos when I go to eat them. But look at how good these look. This is like the chipotle honey chicken that they've got on there. It's almost like a shredded chicken. And we've got a ton of that queso, and I really like the queso that they have here at Pecos. We've got a little chicken, we've got a little queso on the backside. I just missed being able to get kids nachos here at Pecos, and these definitely hit. The chips are good. The queso is delicious. I think the chicken is a little smoky, and my apologies, it's a citrus chipotle chicken. So for kids, beware, it is a little smoky. It does have like the slightest hint of spice. If your kids don't like spice, they might think it's a little spicy. I'd say like for adults, it's probably like a 2 out of 10 on the spice meter, but I think this is such a good kids meal here. This is so delicious, especially for adults when you're walking around the park and you just want some nachos, you know, but you may not want like a full meal. This is perfect for you. Was Jesse just up there watching me? Since when are Woody and Jesse out here by Pecos? Hi! And look, there's Woody over there. What is going on? Since when are they out in Frontierland? But I want to try these beans here. They're almost like refried beans, and I love refried beans. I see some tomatoes, some fresh chunks of onion in there. Ooh. These are really, really salty. I feel like they might have added a little bit too much salt to this batch here. They're really salty, but I could tell like the flavor is there. The general flavor is there. I could taste the tomato, I could taste the onion in there, and it, again, has a little bit of a smoky flavor. I really like the consistency. There's still some like whole chunks of bean in there, but I like that refried kind of stewed vibe that it's giving. I think those beans are quite good if they added just a little bit less salt. And then this rice here, let's see if it's giving chipotle cilantro lime rice. Honestly, it's right on par with chipotle. Pretty solid cilantro lime rice. We're gonna try the beef nacho bowl next. This again cost me $8.79, the same price as the chicken nacho bowl, and of course I did get this served with rice and beans and a Diet Coke as well. Before we dump our rice and beans on top, I want to try just this beef on its own, because I know the beef that they're serving here now at Pecos, it used to be like a seasoned ground beef similar to Taco Bell, and now it's like a pulled beef. It's actually a cherry cola pulled beef, and I don't know if this is the same as the cherry cola pulled beef that they have on the adult menu. Yes, it is. It's so sweet. It tastes like barbecue. Like it tastes like barbecue pork, but just on beef, you know? And I don't like, it's a little bit too sweet for me personally, but I feel like eating it with the queso and the chips and the rice and beans is gonna help a little bit. All right, let's hack our kitty nachos here. We'll pour the beans over top. I feel like this is gonna add a really good flavor. And we'll pour our rice. We're making them loaded even more. They used to offer you like sour cream and lettuce and shredded cheese when you ordered nachos, but they don't anymore, and I'm not quite sure if you have them. So we gotta load them up with all the toppings we got, and Lord knows we still don't have the topping bar back, so we gotta do what we can. We're working with what we got here. All right, let's grab a chip here. We gotta make sure we're loaded up on everything. Uh-oh, chip's breaking. Chip is not able to hold up all the toppings. Let me tell you guys, that is the way to go right here. Get the nachos, get the rice and the beans as your side, and dump them on top. The flavor that it adds, the additional flavor, is exactly what these nachos need, because like I said, the chip to topping ratio is off when you just have the queso and the meat. It needs more topping. Otherwise, you're gonna be eating a lot of plain chips. But when you add those extra beans and the extra rice, it's exactly what this needs. And I love that you're able to get two sides with nachos. You know, you would think with nachos, you're not gonna be able to get any sides, even though it's a kid's meal, but they're doing it here. And I think the rice and the beans is the way to go. I think the chicken nachos are a little bit better just because I prefer the chicken to the beef. Personally, that's my personal preference, but this is a great meal. Not only is this a great kids meal, it's a great kids meal for adults, I think, and it's very filling. After those nachos, I did want to get into our burger here, though. I got this served with a side of the cheddar barbecue fries, as well as a cutie, and of course, you guessed it, a Diet Coke for $8.49. I'm not really looking forward to trying the burger much, but I am looking forward to these fries. I had these when they first got the new menu, and then I think they kind of took them off the menu and replaced them with just regular fries, and they still do have those regular fries as an option, but I think these cheddar barbecue fries are so delicious. I don't know why no one is talking about these fries here at Pecos. I think the seasoning on them is so tasty. It reminds me of a pizza Pringle. Like, you know the seasoning on the outside of a pizza Pringle? That's exactly what it reminds me of. It does not remind me of cheddar or barbecue. It reminds me of pizza Pringle somehow, and it works so well on a French fry. These are so good. This burger though looks less than appealing. It looks a little bit gray and a little bit sad. We've got some American cheese. No toppings, guys. They didn't have any pickles or lettuce or anything as an option, so we're just raw dogging this cheeseburger. Guys, I hate to say it, McDonald's cheeseburgers are a lot better than this. At least they like butter the buns, you know? I don't know, this burger's really not good. It's obviously thin and it's a kid's burger, so it's of course gonna be more basic. I understand that, but just the quality of the beef, it just doesn't seem there. Like, you can tell it's like a bad quality kind of hockey puck. Yeah. I don't love the quick service Disney burgers as it is, but the quick service kids meal burgers are even thinner and worse than the adult ones. So the kids meal burgers are just gonna be a miss for me. Our final kids meal from Pecos is gonna be the chicken rice bowl. This of course has that citrus chipotle chicken served on top of rice and beans. And then we've got 2 sides and a drink with this as well. So I got the cheddar barbecue fries again and some apple slices and, you guessed it, a Diet Coke. Now I already know this is gonna be good because I already know I like beans, I already know I like the rice, and I already know I like the chicken here. So this is gonna be a good little bowl, and this is a pretty decent portion. Like, this is a hefty bowl full of food, and we've got a ton of meat on this one. I feel like between the nachos and this, I feel like you might get more food with this, or at least more meat, I'm noticing. But the only thing different is like you're not getting the chips and you're not getting the queso, which I love a creamy queso, and I love a crunchy aspect of a dish. So I don't know if this is gonna be better than the nachos here. It's certainly very good though. It's delivering on all those same smoky kind of flavors. But I definitely am missing that crunch. So I do think if I had to choose between the rice bowl and the nachos, for me personally, just my personal preference, I would go with the nachos. But this is definitely a hearty, filling meal. I think this is even more filling than the nachos. So this is really good as well. After some Mexican, we're moving on to Italian. Again, take that term very, very loosely. We're at Pinocchio's Village House now. Here they're serving up flatbreads and some more chicken tenders, a couple of other things as well. Nothing stands out too much on the kids menu though. You can see our options include a ham and cheese kids pack, a turkey sandwich kids pack, and those are pretty much just like pre-packaged meals that you could, I think, find at maybe the grocery store or something. Down here we've got the actual meals that they make here. You can get either chicken strips or a pepperoni flatbread, and you could also get just a plain cheese flatbread if you'd like. Of course, if you order the chicken strips or the pizza, you get to choose 2 sides. You can choose between apple slices, a cuties, or French fries, and then of course a drink as well, either a water bottle, milk, apple juice, or a soft drink. All right, so we've got our Pinocchio's kids meals here, and I decided to just go with the chicken strips as well as the pepperoni flatbread. Now, believe it or not, I actually prefer the gluten-free counterpart to both of these items. The gluten-free chicken tenders and the gluten-free pizza, I think, are both better than the regular, but for the sake of this video and showing you kind of the more basic kids meal options, I just got the regular versions of these 2 options. The first kids meal we've got here are the chicken strips. This does come with 2 tenders, and I got it with fries and some fruit. All of this food you do see here cost me $8.49, and if you ask me, I think this is plenty of food. If you get the adult version of this, I believe it comes with 3 chicken tenders, either 3 or 4, and pretty much the same amount of fries, honestly. Like, this is a lot of fries, and honestly, I think 2 with the fries, and then you also get a drink and you get a little side of fruit. I think that's plenty. And people will say I'm wrong, but this is the superior version of honey mustard, the Heinz honey mustard. I can't open this one though. Good thing I got 2. a good tender, as they should, because they serve them at almost every single quick service restaurant, at least around Magic Kingdom. The fries are decent as well, although, and again, they should be because they serve them at every single quick service restaurant around the parks. It's a go-to classic meal. It's something easy to always gravitate towards in Magic Kingdom because there aren't that many options. And coming to Pinocchio's is one of my go-to stops. I definitely prefer the gluten-free tenders, but the regular tenders are just fine. They'll do the trick. It's a good option for kids, obviously, and I think it's a plenty big portion for adults. To go with our tendies, I got the pepperoni flatbread. For my 2 sides, I went with 2 sides of fruit as well as a water, and this whole meal cost me $7.79. This pizza's not bad, but it's also not good, if that makes sense. It's super basic. I do think this is a better deal than getting the adult meal pizza, though. The adult pepperoni flatbread actually costs you $12.99, so this one here is a lot cheaper, and it doesn't come with a drink or any sides, and all it does, it's a full pizza instead of a half, so you get 4 of these slices instead of 2, no sides and no drink. So I don't know, I think getting the kids meal, if you're gonna get a flatbread at Pinocchio's, is 100% the way to go. I feel like in the long run you end up with more food and more variety, because if you just get the adult one, you're just stuck with literally, it's just a flatbread on a plate. I think Disney could upgrade the quick service pizzas around the park, especially being at Epic Universe and eating at Pizza Moon so often. Man, Pizza Moon is so good. Disney needs an answer for Pizza Moon, and I wouldn't mind if they started at Pinocchio's and got rid of these flatbreads here. Pizza Moon or Pinocchio's?
Pizza Moon.
No contest, Pizza Moon.
Our 4th and final restaurant serving up kids meals here in Magic Kingdom is, of course, none other than Cosmic Ray's, Sunny's finest kids meals. And Cosmic Ray's has potentially the most basic food in all of Magic Kingdom. When it comes to adults meals, they've got like burgers, chicken, and that's about where it ends. And that's about where it ends for kids meals as well here, unfortunately. We've got a grilled chicken sandwich, chicken strips, and mac and cheese to choose from, as well as that same turkey sandwich kids pack. For sides, we're again keeping it simple with just apple slices, a cutie, or some french fries. Each meal comes with 2 of them. You could choose 2 and then a drink, of course. Since we already had our allotment of tendies for the day, and I don't really want a prepackaged sandwich, I got myself the grilled chicken sandwich and the mac and cheese, and this grilled chicken sandwich I'm a little bit scared of, so we're gonna try the mac and cheese first. I got the mac and cheese with some apples, a cutie, and a drink, and it cost me $6.99. I think this is the cheapest kids meal we've gotten so far today. Sometimes this Disney quick service mac and cheese just hits. The thick noodles, the super creamy, artificial tasting sauce. It always needs some black pepper. You can never go wrong if you add a little black pepper in there. It enhances the flavor. I'm losing a noodle. At about $7, I don't think this is a bad deal for like a snack for an adult. You get a cup of mac and cheese, you get 2 sides, you could get like fries or something, and a drink, like $7. I think that's a good price for what the portion and what you're actually getting. Our grilled chicken sandwich, however, with our 2 sides and our drink, cost me $7.79. And guys, I think you can tell I'm a little bit scared of this. The bun feels like really stale, and the chicken doesn't look that great. So I'm just gonna get ahead of myself. I did ask, because I know when you get like food there, you can request like some toppings, and they give you like a little boat with lettuce and tomato, and I knew they had pickles as well. So I'm just gonna get ahead of myself and dress my sandwich with these toppings, because I have a feeling it's gonna need it. Let's see if the pickles can save this Sammy. I would like to say, even for a kid's meal, this came with no sauce on it. It literally came with bun and chicken, and that's it. I didn't take anything off of the sandwich here. And the chicken itself is pretty dry. Pretty dry and flavorless and unseasoned. The bun is dry and it tastes stale. The pickles make this edible, however. I love a good pickle, and with the pickles are the entire flavor since the chicken has no flavor, and I like pickles, so I mean, I would never get this again though. Like, it's not as bad as I thought with the pickles, but still, it's not great. There are better options in the parks. For whether you're a kid or you're an adult getting a kid's meal, I think there's better options than this chicken sandwich. Are these apples still good? Well, just like that, we have officially eaten all of the kids' meals here in Magic Kingdom. When it comes to the best of what we tried here today, I definitely think the salmon from over at Columbia Harbor House has to be included on that list, as well as the nachos and the chicken bowl over from Pecos Bill's. I thought both of those were very tasty, and I mean, just the chicken tenders are a go-to classic for me to get a kids' meal of here in Magic Kingdom. And I think all four of those options are something that I would definitely get again, and something that I would recommend for children or adults to get as kids' meals. I know there are only 4 quick service restaurants that technically have kids' meals on the menu, which is kind of surprising for the Magic Kingdom. You would think everywhere kind of has a kids' meal, but that's because a lot of the stands and the smaller quick service restaurants that they have here are serving up like hot dogs, and that's pretty much it. There's a lot of places to get a hot dog here in the Magic Kingdom, like we covered when I ranked all of the quick service restaurants here in the park, but it's hard to make a hot dog a kids meal when those are also the adult meals. So there's a lot of things at the smaller quick service restaurants that'll appeal to children and are similar to a kids meal, but they're technically considered like an adult meal on the menu, like those hot dogs. But yeah, I mean, as you probably noticed, there's just not much variety when it comes to kids meals in Magic Kingdom, and unfortunately the same can be said about adult meals here in Magic Kingdom. There's just not a lot of variety, especially compared to the other Disney World parks. I feel like we've found more unique, interesting menu offerings for kids meals over in Hollywood Studios and Epcot as well. In both of those parks, there were so many different great options that were really filling and satisfying for adults, different and unique than just burgers and tenders and stuff like that. And there were a lot more restaurants that had kids meals as well. One of these days, Magic Kingdom will upgrade their quick service restaurants. I'm holding out hope. I hope it's sooner rather than later. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Thank you to everyone over on Patreon for supporting the channel. Like I said, I have videos covering all of the kids meals over in Epcot and Hollywood Studios already on my page, so definitely make sure you check them out. I'll have Animal Kingdom and Disney Springs coming up soon, hopefully. Make sure you hit subscribe to check them out and to see more honest Disney food reviews. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.